Hi guys, it's Millie. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a dating a blank. This is part of my new series that I started on my channel where I talk about each zodiac sign and what it's like to date them. So in today's video it's Capricorn, what it's like to date a Capricorn. If you are one, or you're dating one, or you've got a massive crush on one, or you're a family member or a friend, or you just want to get to know them a little bit more, this is how you can do it and this is what it's like to date them. So let's just get started. So Capricorn are extremely career driven. They love to get right deep into their job. They love career. They love their career. They just like to make money. They're all about money, ambitions. They're just very ambitious, determined, just driven people. And this can be translated in their relationship life as well. They put a lot into their relationships, and their way of showing love is either through money or financial stability, or just through their career, like showing you how good they're doing in their career and how much they're earning is kind of their way of showing, like, I love you, this is how much I'm doing for you. In relationships, their main goal is marriage. They're very marital people. They're just the type that will always get married quite young, or just like they'll always be married kind of thing, and they'll be that old couple that's been together for so many years because they just love to work on things because they're so career driven. They know how to fix things and they know how to work on things really well, so that can translate into their relationships, which means they work on it and they don't mind going through tough times because they know they can get out of it. From a young age, the Capricorns are constantly thinking about the future. They're constantly thinking about children and marriage, and that's just something that is normal. If you're in a relationship with them, that's what they're going to be talking about 24/7. This is something they'll talk about in a relationship. It's just normal for them. It's just a big goal of theirs. So if they decide to date you or show interest in you, it's really for the long term, and they're not ever really looking for a short-term fling. It's mainly they're looking for their soulmate and someone they can get married to. So that's the main thing with a Capricorn. Capricorn man is usually very traditional and gentlemanly. Capricorns in general just believe in the traditional way of life, so very womanly roles and very manly roles. They just like to be wined and dined, and just they're quite mature people, very mature actually. They're like old souls. They've got like an old soul within them. I just get kind of that sort of vibe. But yeah, gaining success is really important to them, so that could be within a relationship as well. So gaining success of a child, or like a certain anniversary is really big to them, so they like to celebrate that. They're just very future focused. They love to think about the future, and especially with their partner in it. They're very serious people. I just find that Capricorns are just extremely serious when it comes to dating. They take things very seriously. If you say to them, like, I want to marry you, they're taking that seriously. That they like actually think you're going to marry them. Like, they're going to take it seriously. They can be naive to a certain degree because they just have their own little world, and they're just like, I can't explain it. They can be quite naive sometimes, but because they're so serious, sometimes they can just be straight up with you. They'll just literally say anything they want. They'll just be like, you know, I'm taking that seriously, so it's up to you whether you want to take that back or not, because they will honestly think you're going to marry them and have kids with them. So just know that if you're dating a Capricorn. Extremely hot and cold people. One day they can be really into you, the next they're not really sure, because that's just because they're taking it really seriously and they need to figure out whether you're the one or not, because finding the one is definitely up there with Capricorn priorities. But relationships will always be below career, because career is just really important to them. Family is really usually important to them. It doesn't matter whether they come from a different sort of family than you, but anyone that they live with or share a close relationship with is very important to them. which means they will be basically a ride or die. They will literally fight to the ends of the earth for that person, which means first impressions always count, and if their family or their loved ones don't love you or they don't accept you, that's it, they will not date you. It's just a sort of thing, like, they take family really seriously, so if their family doesn't like you, then they're not going to like you. They hold family and loved ones' opinions really high, and if you don't meet their expectations, then that's it, it's done. So that's quite a cutthroat thing when you're dating someone. If you meet their parents and their parents don't like you, then it's done out here, basically. They're not very emotional people. They're all about business and realistic goals, and they're just very career, let's just talk about things, like, really set out. I feel like to their friends and stuff they can be quite emotional sometimes. I don't see it often, but they're the type that will cry but you will never know they've cried, kind of thing. They'll cry like in their bed, on their own, asleep. You just won't ever know they're really emotional. They're not the type to tell their partner like how they're feeling. A lot of the time they just like to get on with it because they're just used to that. Because if they work very hard, they're used to getting on with things, and that's just the way they deal with it. So yeah, that's a major thing when it comes to Capricorns. Again, similar to Taurus, Capricorns will provide financially, and they just want to make sure their family and their companion are set for life. You'll always be stable financially, and you'll just never have to struggle when a Capricorn's around, because they just know how the world works and they know how to get what they want. So you'll just always be set up for life if you're with a Capricorn. They've got you. So yeah, that's just a major thing about Capricorns, and something that a lot of people love when in relationships with them. So that's all you need to know about dating a Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a like, a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.